Well, it's hell for the animals, and it's like awful, and then also it's incredibly bad for the planet the way we're doing it. There's nothing good about this.
Yeah.
And then I went veggie, and then now I'm vegan as well.
Have you ever witnessed slaughterhouse footage at all?
I think so. I think I've seen. To be honest, if I do see it, I look away quite quickly. So no, I guess I can't better witness it. But I think I've seen animal, cow stuff, and I think I've seen chicken stuff before.
As in the slaughterhouses, or there's the kind of cages and the living conditions?
Slaughterhouse for the cows, also the living conditions. Living conditions more so for chickens, I think. In cages and stuff. And also foie gras or whatever it is, feeding geese. Forcefully, yeah.
Yeah. And what was your kind of reaction to that?
Quite a visceral one. Makes me feel very uncomfortable. Not something I enjoy looking at, and not something that makes me feel good about the way that we do it in the world. I really don't like it.
Yeah.
Just quite simply, it's just bad. I just don't like it.
Negative reaction.
Yeah.
Safe to say. Okay, cool. And when you saw that stuff, did you kind of change your habits at all, or change what you're buying and consuming?
I think it contributed to me changing it. I don't think it was I saw that and then that's it, that's done. But it definitely over time changed my perspective a bit, and then that combined with major environmental concerns. I'm vegan now, so I think that combined with the environmental concerns, which is then linked to the footage, right? Because it's all about mass production, but mass slaughter in that case, I guess. And then it's I don't know, the industrialization of it means that it's not a small scale farmer, which is still I'm not super comfortable with, but at least it's not that. And so I think both of those combined, I was well, it's hell for the animals, and it's awful, and then also it's incredibly bad for the planet the way we're doing it. There's nothing good about this.
Yeah.
And then I went veggie, and then now I'm vegan as well.
Amazing. How long ago was that?
So I turned veggie when I was 16. Turned veggie, hilarious. Well, yeah, became veggie when I was 16, and then became vegan 2021. So a few years ago now.
I was the exact same, actually. I think I was 16 or 17 when I turned vegetarian. Then it was
it's during lockdown.
Was it 2020 or 2021? Yeah, it was during lockdown that I went vegan. Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's funny.
Are you when your living situation, are you surrounded by other vegans, or are you kind of surrounded by carnists?
So I live this year, it's just me and one other person, and we're both vegan, and then next year I sort of I'm going to be living with people who eat majority vegan. I think one of them is definitely vegan, but I'm not sure about the other one, but they're together, so they eat together all the time, so functionally vegan. And it was a consideration when looking for people for next year.
It's so important to be surrounded by other people that share your kind of ethics, isn't it? Yeah,
it's an ethics thing, and it's also just seeing meat in the fridge would just make me feel really uncomfortable, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'd just really struggle with it. So it's partly an ethics thing, but I also know that for some people it's a disability thing, so I guess for the person I was going to be living with, it wasn't that, so that is then different. But I'm careful not to try and impose that onto other people as much as I can, because I don't know their situation. I know a lot of people who are celiac and allergic to a bunch of stuff, and neurodiversity and illness, and it all just combines to mean that actually if they don't have meat, then they don't have protein, and they're they have to. And so I get that, and I'm not about to ask them to change. But I don't need that in my house necessarily. Do you know what I mean? I can, that's
Can I just get, for anyone watching this who isn't vegan, what for you were the biggest benefits, and kind of maybe things you didn't realize before going vegan that you kind of really appreciate now?
Well, I really like Indian cuisine, and so much of Indian cuisine is vegan. So it hasn't really restricted my diet at all, particularly. Living in Bristol, it's kind of fine. So many places have at least a couple of vegan options on the menu, if not are just fully vegan. So it's quite easy in that respect. I don't know, I've never really had to learn to cook meat, because I stopped eating it when I was 16, at which point I just hadn't really needed to cook it much before that. So I just have never learned, so it doesn't feel like I've missed out on, I don't know, that's a skill that I don't have and I don't need to have it. Sometimes that's easy, to have to worry about food being off and not being able to tell.
Yeah, being like raw and then getting really ill.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just don't have to worry about that. Yes, fair enough. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I would say that I'm not. Yeah. I think that being vegan is good for me, and I think that being vegan is like good for the environment. But much the same way, I don't tell people they shouldn't get on planes. Even though I don't believe they should be getting on planes, I'm also not about to like tell them really, I'm not about to break friendships over it, you know?
Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when videos go up every Thursday. If you want to watch another conversation, here are a couple of options. And if you want to support my activism, there's a link in my profile to a page where you can buy me a coffee and donate money to an animal sanctuary. Thanks. Amber.